Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another podcast episode of Rodeo Time. Today we're going to get to call Mr. Cody Webster and have a sit-down chat with him about his 4th of July run, the current state of bull riding, and just hear from a fellow legend. He's almost as famous as I am. We're also going to break down the difference in a dink and a duck, a dink and a hopper, bulls and horses. This is a question that's been plaguing the rodeo industry that your man Dale Brisby is going to break down and answer. You're welcome.
Rodeo time. Gotta get her on down the road.
A little bit of background noise this episode of Rodeo Time. We're ranching stock around the clock. We are... What's wrong with you?
Nothing. I just yawned.
You've been in an interesting mood today.
Interesting.
Yes.
What do you mean interesting?
Rodeo Time 200. I mean, interesting. I asked you if you wanted to go do a podcast because we got to call somebody. We're going to call somebody on this episode of Rodeo Time.
Yeah, I told you I didn't care.
I don't give a shit, is what you said.
No, you asked me if I wanted to go do it. And I'm like, that's me being polite and saying, yes, I'll go do it with you. I'm like,
When you say, I don't give a shit,
yeah.
that's you being
He's
polite.
like, yeah, man, I don't give a crap. I'm like, I'll go do that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, my feelings weren't hurt. It was just
No, I didn't
unexpected.
figure.
It's unexpected. You feel like you're commonly misunderstood?
Sometimes. Yeah. I think people look too deep into things I say.
Yeah.
Not that deep of a pond.
I think sometimes I'm misunderstood.
Me? Oh,
no, me.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yes, I would agree. Not from like me, or maybe not even so much. Maybe some people that really know you, but
Dude, I still got the dang tag in my shirt. I've been like, what? Oh my gosh, no wonder it's been itching.
Those suck.
Anyway, we got to call Mr. Let's see if he answers. We're going to go ahead and dive into the call. Cody Webster. Speakerphone.
Does he know you're calling?
Yeah, but I don't know if he knows he's going to be on the podcast.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, hello.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
Hey, she said she did double pay you.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
That you were right. So we'll just kind of credit it. So you can go ahead and cash the check.
No, dude.
I really don't mind because we got more stuff. Like we're selling more stuff. We can keep up with it. If you trust us to keep up with it, we'll. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that'll save us mailing something and like it ain't you know.
You're positive.
Yeah, 100%. It's not that big a deal.
All right.
Yeah. For those of you listening, we sell Cody Webster caps and shirts on dalebrisby.com. And we also sell them at the booths. And we had already paid him for San Antonio, but it looks like this last check, we also paid him for San Antonio again, and he caught it. You're such an honest guy, Webb.
Well, good partnerships. You got to be honest.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, I wish I'd get paid for San Antonio again.
Donnie said that if he got paid for San Antonio
Donnie?
again, he wouldn't call me.
You told Donnie he better watch it.
Yeah. Webb's got some bulls for you to fight. Did you see Donnie fighting bulls the other day?
No.
You didn't see him get out there with Carl Wayne?
Oh, I did, dude. And the little turd run him over.
Yeah, yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
dude. That's what you call Charlotte problems.
Yeah.
Charlotte problems. Donnie needs to go through one of your bull schools.
Yeah. That would be pretty fun, actually.
You been having some of those lately?
I did a full month in May.
Like, how many schools is that?
We did 4.
Webb does bullfighting schools at his house. He's got fighting bulls. Do you guys ever buck bulls like with riders on them, and then do any cowboy protection?
So we used to do, the full bull riding and bullfighting schools, and then it all transitioned to just bullfighting. But the month of May that we did 4 bull schools, we bucked live cattle, had jackpots every Wednesday of every camp, and it got pretty wild.
Dang. How many bulls do you think you bucked on average each Wednesday?
25 or 30.
No
Dang.
kidding.
Yep.
Is that guys getting on 2 head, or is that 25 guys?
Like one weekend, I think we had like 12 guys show up. One week was probably 8 or 10. Another week was probably 7.
Who brought the bulls?
Chad Raymer, Luke Casey Morris, he rides bulls. He's really, really talented at riding.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah.
Isn't he like 15?
16, 17 maybe.
Yeah. Dang.
He's got his own little string of practice bulls, which are just awesome. They're all just good to get on for the kids, but also mean. So,
Yeah.
Still let the students make saves or whatever. Kids made some good rides. Chad Raymer brought his high school bulls. It's just great, man.
After a month of bull schools, who's the one standout that you think is going to sure enough be going to them?
Man, there was multiple kids that showed up that I thought was really talented. Clay Moore was a kid that showed up out of New Mexico that has been to some bullfights and different things, but kind of gotten fed to the wolves, And
Yeah.
he came in and was really talented. Had a lot of good stuff about him, and we fine tuned the things that he had going, fixed some of the negative problems that he had rolling in his head, and he's actually went to a couple bullfights since then and done really well. But probably one of the kids I was most impressed with would have been Josh Moore, which is pretty sure he's from Nebraska. Kid had never been around rodeo, never been around cattle, had never, this is his first, he didn't even have a vest or anything. Like we got him hooked up with, he had cleats and shorts. We hooked him up with a vest, and he actually probably excelled more than any student in all 4 camps, just on account that he didn't have no bad habits, and he was easy to teach right the first time.
How many kids in each camp?
Five kids per camp.
So 20 kids. What percentage of those finished each bull school?
We had everybody finish other than, I think, 2 guys.
Dang.
One kid blowed his knee out, or I don't know if he blew his knee out, but he dang sure tore a ligament in his knee.
Yeah.
And then another kid left after day
1. 2 out of 20, not bad. So the last podcast we were on, we talked about like how to get started rodeo and how to get started ranching. So one thing we haven't talked about, usually we're talking about bears, broncs, or bulls, specifically bullfighting. For those of you listening, Cody Webster, 8 times to the NFR or 9?
7 trips for the NFR.
And how many for the PBR World Finals?
6.
6. So he puts on bull schools, as he calls them, and they're put on at his house, and he'll teach you how to fight bulls, whether you're a beginner or going down the road. And how do you feel, just because, it always seems to come up in conversation as far as guys that are wanting to learn who are trying to separate freestyle from cowboy protection? What do you tell your students?
You show up to a bull school and you're going to learn bullfighting, and that's everything included: freestyle, cowboy protection, the occasional wild mean cow in the pasture, maybe one breaks out in the middle of the street. I don't know. Just wherever there's something to be fought, you're going to be ready to fight them.
Yep. Because you think
no separating it here. It's just all bullfighting, and it all plays in together. I mean, when you're protecting cowboys, you've got to be able to save yourself, and if you can't save yourself, you sure can't save a guy. So hand in hand.
Talking about you and your schedule, looks like so you've been able to go to some PBRs. PBR's been putting on a bunch of bull ridings. They kind of started their schedule back for this spring, didn't they?
Well, I actually just got in about 1 this morning from Las Vegas. We've been in Vegas for the full month of June for 4 weekends. For 3 weekends before that, in May, we were in Guthrie, Oklahoma at the Lazy Arena. So they packed up, loaded up, went to Las Vegas to the South Point and built an arena inside the arena in the South Point Equestrian Center. And it was probably one of the craziest arenas I've ever been in. Like, this thing was tight, it was small, and then it was completely blacked out with curtains all the way from the floor up to the ceiling, all the way around it. And it really gave off like if you're at a crazy hip-hop bar or something, I don't know. Like, there was just crazy lights, loud dance music, and bucking bulls. And they went in there with a team concept, or a team deal of bull riding, to where there's different, like, South Point had their own team, Pendleton Whiskey had their own team, Big Cat, everything else. It was different teams, and then they came in there and put on this bracket-style bull riding, which is now going to lead into the championship games, is what they call it, going into Sioux Falls, South Dakota next weekend. So I got home at 1 o'clock this morning, and we've been packing and getting everything ready today, and we're leaving for Cody, Wyoming, just as soon as I get off the phone here with you guys. And then we will go to Cody for the 1st through the 4th for Cody, Wyoming, Cody Stampede. And then we'll hang out there for a couple days, go over to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the Team Challenge championships. And then we'll come back home for 2 more weeks.
So when you say you were in Vegas all month, you mean like for 30 days you were in Vegas, or just on the weekends?
There was some people that stayed the entire month. I flew back and forth coming home just because the ranch is so busy, and we've actually got fighting bulls going to Stanford, Texas this weekend, and then we've got a couple more events to send bulls to next month. So I've been getting all my health papers and everything ready for them, and everything lined out, and that's kind of where we're at. But I flew back and forth.
Gotcha. So you had some rodeos that canceled, and it allowed you to go to more bull ridings, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So like, Cleveland, Texas was kind of like my first rodeo back. Generally every year leaving Houston, I'll go from Rodeo Houston, go to San Antonio, then Rodeo Houston for all winter. And then usually go and hit quite a few PBRs throughout between the end of March and then the middle of June. So ended up getting to go to more bull ridings on account of Cleveland canceling. The Reno Rodeo canceled, so that opened up my entire June, which then the PBR picked them deals up, and shoot, we've been rocking and rolling.
Which one?
I'm excited to be back on the rodeo trail. I'm ready to be back in Cody, Wyoming with the rodeo.
Which one did you like more, Guthrie or Vegas?
I kind of liked Guthrie just on account there's a 45-minute drive, but as far as the feel, just the atmosphere of things, not being able to have a crowd, not have that energy, getting to be in kind of a nightclub type scenario set up, loud music, lots of lighting, it made for a better bull riding with more energy, I felt.
So did they just kind of cut the money one a little bit? I guess they probably had to a little bit.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of took a little bit of a bump down, just on account that we can't have fans, we can't be selling tickets right now, but it was made just for TV, and we still got to entertain our fans through CBS Sports, and it's just good to be able to get to be doing something during such a crazy time,
right?
Even if it is for less money, but at the end of the day, like I said, it just makes me really thankful for what is going on right now.
You got a bunch of side hustles, though. I mean, obviously the bull school was keeping you busy every weekend, but you got cows and you're sending fighting bulls elsewhere. You got a rent house or something?
We've got of side hustles. I mean, like you just named, we've got the bull schools, we've got the fighting bulls. Ashley's got real estate going on. My wife, she's got a safety job in the midst of all that as well. So, and then like I said, here at the ranch, I mean, there's lots and lots of cows and fighting bulls and fighting cows and everything else to be tending to. So we're staying busy around the clock.
Yeah, because we've been talking a lot about, and we usually talk about it for just a minute, at least a couple of minutes in every podcast, because we always get, and I'm sure you get it too, inquiries about people wanting to get started ranching or rodeoing. And, you know, one of the things we go to is that you got to wrap your mind around at some point, at least while you're getting started, like you're not going to have a bunch of money, or at least you're not going to make a bunch of money doing either one, ranching or rodeoing. But
No.
if you're smart with your money on your way, and you treat it like a business, kind of like you have, you can get to a point where after you've been doing it for a decade or more, where you can start to put some stuff together here and there.
Well, that's just it. I mean, like you can be crazy with your money, and if you hit a good lick, you can go blow it just as easy as you can to try to set that money up to do something for you. And I know in this rodeo industry, especially in bullfighting, it's such a short-lived career. I mean, a guy's got to take advantage. He's got to be smart. He's got to really, every chance he gets, set himself up to try to win.
Right.
And there's been some guys that's been very successful at it, and then as you see, there's a lot of guys that aren't as successful at it. But it all comes back to me, I think, is just wanting to show up to really do a good job and let the money and everything else kind of take care of itself. I mean, you got to have the passion, you got to have the drive, and you got to have the love for the sport. And if you've got all that and you're good, chances is that you're going to have a good run at things.
Everybody you see getting on bulls right now, they got kind of a new hunger, or like a new appreciation, I guess, for the sport, feels like. Do you feel that?
Man, I definitely see a change in not just in the bull riders, but I would say the Western industry. I mean, you've got multiple time NFR calf ropers, NFR bronc riders, NFR bull riders having to go back to the Texas UPRA rodeos, the open rodeo level, the amateur rodeo level, so to say, just trying to go make a dollar, just trying to stay sharp at the craft. I mean,
yeah.
When you've got somebody that goes from the bright lights of Las Vegas back to the amateur rodeo in Durant, Oklahoma, I think it's humbling, and I think I've seen a lot of change in a lot of people that, and I'm guilty myself, taking things for granted, you know.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, it's been interesting, and we normally don't talk about it, but when you get to a rodeo right now, June, coming up on the 4th of July run in 2020, it's a good thing, I guess. There's a new appreciation. Fans, contestants, committees, everybody's like super pumped. It just kind of reminded us what it's like to be in a free country, I guess, and then able to do what we get to do. But anyway,
I mean, that's just it, dude. It nails it on the head. Like I said, I got in at 1 o'clock this morning, been running crazy since I woke up, and you know, we're still not left out of my driveway, but man, that thought's still right there on my right shoulder, just going, dude, we're getting to get in this truck and we're getting to go rodeo again. Like,
yeah,
that's something that's so special to me that we haven't been able to do. And to be honest, I don't know when it's going to get to go back to normal. So
yeah,
I'm taking this one full steam, and I'm just excited to be back on the road.
Cool, man. Well, when are you going to be back at your house in July?
Yeah. So we'll go to Cody this week for the 4th. Go to Sioux Falls next weekend, and then we'll come home for 2 weeks and just kind of be ranching throughout them 2 weeks of July, and then we'll roll back out and go to Sidney, Iowa for a 5-day pro rodeo, and then we will shoot over to Sykeston, Missouri, and probably meet up with you there and get to rodeo for another weekend, and then after that, I really don't know what's next in store.
Cool. Well, I'll holler at you them 2 weeks in July. Maybe we'll come up there or something. And if you end up, are you gonna have a bull school, or are you just gonna be at the house?
Man, we'll just be at the house ranching. There's still 3 or 4 sets of cows that we've got to get caught and work all the babies and worm all the cows. So there's some ranch work we've got to get caught up on.
Sweet. Well, give me a shout whenever you get.
Enough, you just come on up.
Yeah, man. Just stay in touch and give me a shout when you're going to do some cow work, and me and Donnie will come up there and help you and make a rodeo time or something.
Sounds good, brother.
I ain't doing no hard work for free. I'll do the easy stuff for free. Or fun. Fun or easy. That's what I'll do for free. But I'm going to bring somebody to do the hard work for free.
Well, we might just have to leave you sitting in the pickup there.
I can honk. I'll honk everything.
You can call them up.
If you volunteered, just call them up. You ain't no cowboy.
Straight up.
All right, man. Well, y'all drive safe, and we'll talk at you here in a couple of weeks.
All right, man. Y'all be good.
Okay, later.
Later.
Cody Webster, like he said, 7-time NFR rodeo cowboy. I don't know, like he's like, you want to talk about like appreciation for the sport. Like he is very grateful for every rodeo he gets to step into the arena of. Got started at a real young age, like I want to say like 12 or 13 was fighting bulls. Anyway, so just rodeoing. He's headed out on his 4th run, and you're going to be here in the warehouse, Donnie.
Yeah. So are you.
I may go over to Stanford.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They got enough added?
I'm not going to go enter. No, I ain't got enough added to enter. Yeah. I may go over there and hang out.
That's this weekend?
4th of July coming up. I guess that is this weekend. Mm-hmm. Dang.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm going to be down in Huntsville area for a day, seeing some buddies and picking some stuff up. So I may. Buffalo is usually a 4th of July rodeo. That's a good one. I'm trying to get a hold of some guys. I'm gonna pick up that buckin horse on Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If he'll answer the phone.
Which one?
Horse from Cullen, Pickett. You didn't get to see him. He brought him to Graham, and he's been talking about maybe selling him to me, but I don't know.
What's he like? Just a nut?
Yeah. He's like somewhere.
I don't know what that means, but.
A nut hopper.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a duck spinner for a bull. Horses are nut hoppers. Bulls are duck spinners.
What do you call 5'11"? Is like a dink, huh?
5'11", somewhere between a duck and a dink. Yeah.
Okay. What would you call brisket? Is he a dink?
No. A dink is like a derogatory term.
Yeah.
Dink is like
not
bad.
Good. Yeah.
5'11"'s not a dink because I don't know. Some people may consider a dink to be really weak.
Uh-huh.
I would consider brisket and 5'11", they're on that same level. Those are like perfect high school horses or bulls.
Uh-huh.
But if I was going to go buy a high school horse or a bull, I wouldn't call it a dink. Like I want a hopper because they both do the deal.
Yeah.
Like 5'11" turns back.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference between 5'11" and Rickle. Rickle is a dink.
Okay.
Rickle is a dink. 5'11's like a high school bull. I would say New Mexico Bad Boy on his good days, like when JB got on him, is that would be like a duck.
Yeah.
Duck spinner. 5'11's current trip is a little more hoggy. He's a little more honky.
Yeah.
Lumbersome. So I would put Primetime, a.k.a. Bueno, God rest his soul, was turning into a dink. Brisket, a.k.a. Dreamer, he's more of a hopper just because he's got a little bit of timing for 3 jumps.
Mm-hmm.
And then, depending on who you're talking to, Baptist, a.k.a. Hang 'em High, he would be a hopper as well. So,
but he can have a rank. He can get rank.
Yeah, and
that horse, I've seen him. The way he leaves the buck and shoot, sometimes he just rotates off his back feet and then goes. Like I don't know. He's got a little bit to him.
Jacobs had been on him in his heyday,
mm-hmm.
and he admitted and he had said that's a hopper. Then he got on him recently. He's gotten older and stronger because he's not traveling as much and he's getting fed good. So Jacobs admitted that he's stronger. now. Like, he feels different.
Yeah.
Because I've had some guys try to get on him in a bareback rigging, and it don't work out so well.
Yeah.
He's a little more honky than hoppy.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why we're gonna wait a little bit more. I'd like a third horse to be put somewhere in between Brisket and Baptist.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So would you?
I get launched on Dreamer or on Hang 'em High, I think.
Yeah. This horse that I think you would really like, this one that I'm talking about getting. So, because we've got an opportunity coming up where we're going to be doing some filming, and where we could potentially be doing some filming, and we need to buck a lot of stock. Like, I might need another bull too. But they want JB to make an appearance, so I might just have him bring the bulls, and that could be Wayne's.
Dude, he posted it today on Instagram. Is a bull he's got. It looks like a down horn, kind of like, I don't know. He was brown.
Yeah.
He looked like he
what do you
bucked
call that rascal?
like D10. I don't
Yeah,
know.
D10. Yeah. He bought that one at a sale.
That bull bucked a little bit.
Yeah. Well, if we buck that one for the show, that would somebody like Nick's not going to get on that one.
Absolutely not. Not with 2 broken arms.
No offense to Nick.
Oh yeah, no offense, Nick. But
Nick came here with a left broken arm, so he switched to his right hand. He got on 3 or 4 with his right hand, and then he broke his right arm. So he's literally got 2 broken arms right now. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is, like, we would call guys, like, I'd have like Tristan, McCabe,
Oh yeah, McCabe.
those 2 or 3 guys that came with McCabe. I'd call 4 to 6, 7 guys, have JB bring some bulls plus my bulls, and then we'd just have a buck out.
Yeah.
Like, when that deal starts, like, there'll be like random days where we just have buck outs like all evening until it gets dark. So I'm gonna I need another horse though, because there's not a lot of people that can just bring horses that fit.
Yeah.
Bulls are easier because
There's probably a lot more of them.
there's a lot more bulls, and I just know guys that are willing to drive with bulls. But horses, like, I guess I could holler at Mitch, Terrell. I bet Tyler and Trevor could bring us some bulls. Anyway.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will. But first we got to go to Alabama. Alabama. Next Monday. What time do you get back Sunday?
I can get back, I don't know, decently early, I guess. Well, like, I don't know. If I leave there at 8, get back here like 4, I don't know.
Dang.
What time you want to leave?
Well, I want to get like halfway there.
Okay.
Okay. That's what Donnie sounds like whenever he's not excited about something.
No, I'm excited to go. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be good.
You just gotta drive the first leg, maybe.
I will. I'll drive the whole leg if we're splitting it up. If we end up stopping somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for watching this episode of Rodeo Time 31, I believe, where we got to talk to Webb, talk about rodeoing, and being on to the next one. We're right upon the 4th of July Cowboy Christmas run. Not nearly as long a run as it is every year, but we're just glad to have one. So if you're in Stanford, hopefully we get to see you. And if we don't, catch you at the next one, old son. Pow, pow. Oh, yeah, you got any life advice while I'm turning this off?
I already used my life advice this morning on our other podcast. Hey, you know what else is this weekend?
What? Yeah, your birthday.
Yeah,
That's why you're going to get shapped when you get back.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I got you that ranch water.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't give me nothing.
Yeah, I handed it to you. I let you use my address. Hey, I got you a trip over to Alabama where you get
This
to
is
meet
true.
Hannah Barron.
This is true.
Yes, her dad's going to be there, and he's probably going to beat you up if you ask her for a number, but I'm going to at least make the introduction. Look at him. He's on Instagram.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all. I can't wait to get bit. That's what she says, but get bit by those catfish. Pow, pow. On to the next one. Thanks for enjoying the podcast. We've enjoyed putting them out. We've done about 30 of them in these last 5 months and enjoy every one. So comment below with your most favorite podcast And also let us know what you'd like to hear more of. Maybe a specific rodeo cowboy you'd like to hear from, or a certain topic you'd like DB to cover. Questions. Maybe we should do a Q&A podcast. But nonetheless, I thank you for watching, for subscribing, for listening, for being a citizen of Winnebago. Lastly, I'd like to invite you to text message me. That's right, 940-353-0890. And yes, that is my phone number that you can text me on. That's not Donnie's mom's. I wouldn't give that out. I blow up her phone enough as is, let me tell you. That woman is... Anyways, sorry. 940-353-0890. Text me. It may take me a day or two to respond. Usually in the evenings, early mornings, or when I'm on the road and Donnie's driving, I'm going to hit you back. Don't be afraid to hit me up another 2 days later. I promise I'm trying to get to you all, but I'd love to hear from you. Tell me your favorite podcast. Send me an intern application video, whatever you want to do. But yes, it is really me texting, I promise. Donnie does not respond to my texts for me. He responds to Rodeo Time DMs. But when you're DMing Dale Brisby on Instagram or texting me, it's me. Thanks so much for watching. Pow pow, and on to the next one, old son.